Hi guys. Starting to get things ready for the York. Got my table out. I've been doing a little cleanup and getting it ready. I did a video earlier some time ago on tables. I'm going to do a little more in depth on this one. Give you some ideas of things you might want to incorporate into a table. Uh, this is a Mike Majeski table. I've did a few things on to kind of adapt it to my needs. Uh, Mike builds a great table, and I don't know if he's building anymore, but it's a great table. I wouldn't have it if I hadn't bought it with Page's gun. Uh, but I'm going to get it set up and go over a few things that you might want, like I said, you might want to incorporate into the table you're getting ready to build. Okay, go over a few things Mike has incorporated into these tables. You can see the way the top pivots back here. The whole table hinges right here. These two buys right here, or one buys, I'm sorry, that's what's holding everything together. When you open it up, this is what locks it in. You can kind of see how that works. Now, what he also done, he puts this on it so you can stand your gun up there. And what I did, I added an extra piece to it for two. I got some guns that'll fit here. I got some guns that'll fit here. So that's what that's all about. It's got a wing nut underneath to tighten it up. Now, what I added over here, ramrods are a terrible thing to try to figure out what to do with. And so what I did, I made this little swing out affair here to hold your ramrods. I wish there was some way we didn't have to have a ramrod sitting on the ground, but I haven't figured that out yet. With a big tall gun and big long ramrods, it's just I haven't figured it out yet. So they slide in here and the ball in on the ground. You don't want the cleaning jag or the loading jag in on the ground. You want the ball in. I added this piece across the back here to keep from sliding my shooting box off the back and making a mess. If you've ever been down to York or any chunk gun match for that matter, and watch a guy slide his box off accidentally, it's awful. Now that pretty much covers that part of the table. I'm going to go to the next step where I'm going to show you how I do my best to lock them down to keep them from blowing over. Okay, here we are all set up. Shooting box, top of the table. Got the little ledge I added back here to keep it from falling over. There's where I handle my ramrods. That swings out of the way, of course, when you're putting the table up. Got two hooks, one for my big gun and one for my smaller gun. Now what I did on this, the reason that you see that right there, if you're about, I'm 6'1", if you're that height, average height thereabouts, you're going to need a stool to stand on when you're loading these guns. If I went up without the stool, I'd be loading the gun just like this. And that's not a good way to load a gun. So you're going to need the stool for these longer barrels. Now what I did, I built this stool, and the stool, get down here you can see it, is pinned in to the table. You put the gun in the box, and the weight of the gun in the box, you got this extra base, you might say, to grab traction on the ground. And it is very, very unlikely that that'll ever fall over. A couple of years ago at the York, guy knocked his table over, the wind knocked it over, I'm not sure which. That's a horrible thing to deal with in the middle of a match. I mean, all your stuff just flying on the ground, and you'll probably never recover all of it. But you add that little stool, and then what I done, it's hinged, it's got a hasp. You always need room to carry your gear to chunk gun shoot. So inside that box will fit my chunk, my shooting glass case. There's a level and a hammer I leave in there all the time for pinning things down and checking my chunk with a level. A lot of that stuff will fit right in there. So what you end up with then, of course, you got some nice room out in here to put your loading equipment, your hammer and your short starter and your balls. And I always carry the balls around in a little plastic bottle, and I dump the number of balls I need in the lid of that so they can't roll off the table. But if you're going to build one of these tables, bear in mind, if you can get some decent hardwood to build it, you're far, far better away. Otherwise, if you go to pine or spruce or whatever, you're going to have to find the clearest lumber you can get your hands on, because you sure don't want a knot breaking at a bad time. I'm sure these are probably poplar. They're about 2 1/4 inches this way and about I'd say 1 1/4 inches thick. If you were doing that in pine, you probably want to go the full size of the 2x4, because it's not going to be near as strong as this stuff would be. Hinges are all inserted so that it folds up neatly and there's no nuts in the way or anything like that. But like I said, if you're wanting to build you a table, this is a good one to kind of base your needs upon. I've got 2 of these, not 2 of these tables, but I got 2 tables. One of them I leave over at the farm and leave it an extra chunk and all that. So when I go over and shoot, I don't have to drag a lot of stuff around. I can just grab my gun, the shoot box, and the ramrods and go. So anyway, if you're new to the game, or maybe you've been holding off building a table, there's some ideas that might help you with your table. I'll set this all back up and we'll knock everything down and you can see how it folds up. Okay, I'll pull the pins, throw them in the box. The box slides out. Put the latch back on it. So that part's out of the way. Swing these in flush. Then on these, all you got to do is stand it up, fold it up like that. Whole thing folds over. Pretty compact, pretty neat little setup. All right, guys, thanks.